joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. They were injecting him in the public before the whole world. They couldn't hold it. And you think it is going to be business as usual. Things are going to get worse. Prepare for the worst. And for the Biafran people, just as our Supreme Master Nankano said that, for that time we are going home. We will go home. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter the angle they come from, we are going to go home. We are not going to be part of this doom. As they want to march into Somalia, we are not going to walk into Somalia with them. For us, we are going home. My advice to every Biafran, wherever you're watching from today, is to pay attention to the time that we're in. Do not be deceived. Don't get distracted. Be focused on the real thing, which is our freedom. We will never forget. We have fought before, and we will continue to fight until we have our freedom. Remember the word of our eternal leader, when he came back. When Dimo came from exile, he said, I will fight again if. He never gave up on Biafra. Up till death, he never gave up on Biafra. He never gave. The last man that died, Colonel Umubosi, and you had Colonel Umubosi when he talked about the burial of Dimo, that is to make sure that the Biafran flag was used to cover his casket when he died. Even though he was given their so-called presidential burial, because it was Goodluck Jonathan, who is a Biafran, that was in charge then. He never forgets whom he is as a Biafran. And we will continue to fight for that which they died for. We can never forget. We will never forget. No matter what happens, we will never forget. The death of our heroes will never be in vain. So many people have committed their life to this struggle. Look at our Supreme Master Nanakan today. Our Supreme Master Nanakan lost his two parents in the course of this struggle. He lost his two parents and they were buried the same day. The same Master Nanakan today is away from his family and his children. Same Mazen Nandekano sacrificed his career. He gave up his career. Today, Mazen Nandekano is on solitary confinement for you and I. He's there fighting for us. Before you and I here, we lost our hero, Ikonso. Ikonso was taken down because of you and I, because of Biafra. And so many other heroes that have fallen. Are we going to allow their death to be in vain? Shall we continue to allow their death to be in vain? If you are genuinely a Biafran, today should be a reminder to you that there is need for us to stand up and face our enemy. And I bet you, the real enemy of the Biafran people, we have to face. They have called themselves by their names. They have told us whom they are. You can't be confused. There's no way you can tell me that you're confused or you don't know who they are. We know them, and we are going to face them head on. They have been defined, and our Prime Minister have helped to guide us to know them properly. And those of them we have cast a vote of no confidence on them, they will never ever remain the same. They can never see us anymore. They will never take charge in Biafran anymore. The Biafran people will take responsibility for our actions, and we will take charge of our territory. That is something we must do. This is not time for you to play games. If you're one of those who is playing that fraudulent games of one Nigeria because of your fraud, because of your ill-gotten money, you want to protect it, because you feel that until you lick the shoes of the Janjaweed, you cannot be a person. If you are still having that mentality, I'm sorry for you. You are going to be a sacrificial lamb if care is not taken. The only thing that will keep your Biafran safe today is to know whom he or she is and be bold to mention yourself to identify yourself as a Biafran. That is the only thing that can save you today. The only thing that can save you, more especially people in Biafra land, is to identify with the Biafra and begin to prepare for what is coming. Identify with Biafra and begin to prepare for what is coming. The more you deny Biafra, your Biafranness, you are exposing yourself to danger. The more you continue to deny your Biafranness, you are exposing yourself to danger. And I bet you, it is not going to be easy. I have always said it, that even our Supreme Leader Mazen Nande can never promise us an easy move. He never told us it's going to be easy. He told us that it's going to be tough. In fact, he told us that we are facing the toughest situation. Our Prime Minister used the same language, that freedom is not given, it is taken. It doesn't come cheap. It comes with a great sacrifice. If we must prepare. Our great-grandparents have paid their own price that kept us alive today. And we have to pay our own price to keep the way straight for our children. We cannot leave this battle for our children to fight. We have to fight this battle and end it in our own time, so that our children, we have a voice and a place to defend. You're welcome, my beloved brother Solomon. Thank you for joining.
Once again, good afternoon, my brother. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, good afternoon once again. I've been missing you a lot for a long period of time, and although I'm out of network for some time now, but I'm coming back gradually.
Okay.
So far, so good. I thank Chukwu Okeabiama who made it possible for us to witness another Heroes Remembrance Day again. Praying through what we are passing through presently, and I continue giving him glory because he is the one who is in charge of this our movement, and I continue thanking him for the life of our leader, ESN, Omada, our Prime Minister, and all the whole cabinet that are working with our Prime Minister, and all our social medias and those that have genuine freedom in their mind. I thank Chukwu Okeabiama who made it possible for us to witness and to celebrate our Heroes Day. Even though for me, I am not celebrating it as I was expecting, because my leader, my heart desire, and my own mentor and my savior is in the hands of our enemy. And we will continue celebrating, but I will not forgetting it. So I thank Chukwu Okeabiama who made it possible for us to be alive today and to celebrating it. So far, so good. A lot of us happening so far in social media and in our present year. We are here in Holland. But in all the same, I continue giving Chukwu Okeabiama glory who made it possible for us to witness the prophecy and the ways of our leader who made it possible is Chukwu Okeabiama, and it shall come to pass that every damn thing the prophet said must surely come to pass. And today it's happening before our enemies and for all of us. It is only those that have understanding that can witness and remember the voice that has said something some time ago, and today is happening very clear before us. I thank Chukwu Okeabiama who made it possible once again. I have a lot of things to say, but go on for now. I'm with you.
Thank you, my beloved brother. Thank you, my beloved brother. Thank you so much. My fellow viewers that are watching from all over the world, from any part you're watching from, I really appreciate you people. It's a special day for us. That is why I have to make it compulsory. I must be online. I've not been able to come online for some days due to some certain issues. I've been having some very tight schedule, so I wasn't able to come online for some times. But I said today, being our Heroes Day, is not a day we play with. This is a day that we activate everything in us. If you don't know how to get angry, today is the day you have to look back and see where we are coming from. From today, you reflect to the Civil War, what they did to us in Civil War. Today, you sit back and reflect how our people were massacred in the north, and we are packed in trailer and sent to Biafra land. Today, you sit back and reflect how our people were murdered, even in Lagos. People that doesn't have anything to do with their military. Civilians, unarmed civilians, were murdered. And they were going house to house, looking for Biafran people. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. It became so much that was what made our eternal leader that to come back home and call Biafran to return back home. The genocide was so much. And while this genocide was going on, nobody was speaking. No international community was speaking. Nobody was speaking. Nigerian government was in it. Every of the tribe, they came together and they were doing it. Wherever you see a Biafran, more especially the Igbo Biafran, they made them an endangered species. Many of them lost their life in good numbers. And after taking life for our people, they will load them in a truck. They load them in 911 and send the cops to Southeast for you to see. And when the cops continue to flow, it became, there's no choice, we have no option. Just like I said, that the war was fought from the African people. And we were fighting reluctantly to defend ourselves. Our eternal leader said it in his own word in one of his interviews. In his interview, he said that the Biafrans were almost fighting reluctantly because they were not prepared for it. They were fighting to defend themselves. And by the special grace of school government, we were able, if not for that move our eternal leader made, and the sacrifice of our great-grandparents who stood gallant to fight, the plan of the Nigerian government and the British was to wipe away the Biafran people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. They saw us as a danger. The British was sponsoring. Russia was in it. Even United States was in it. From the beginning, they were in it. Before, when it was getting to the end, the United States wanted to back out, but by then, it has become late already. The world powers, they came together. And their plan was to exterminate Biafran people. What were they looking for? They want to occupy Biafran land and take over the resources in Biafran land. That was the target. Their target was to take over the resources. And how do they want to take over the resources? That was where they decided to plant the greatest evil in humankind that you're seeing today. They turn brothers against brothers. They turn sisters against sisters. It is because of that 1967. That is why today they are talking about South-South. What is South-South? South-South is meaningless. It has no meaning. Niger Delta is meaningless. All these languages are what they use to divide us, to make sure we do not have that unity. We don't come together as united. That is why they split up. Take, for example, when you take a broom, a huge bunch of broom, to break it will be very impossible. But when you take a slide of broom, divide it and have two, it is easy for it to be broke. It's easy for you to break it.
One by one.
That was what they saw that made them to come to Biafra land, and they divide us among our brothers. I can tell, even our Supreme Damazin Nanikado said it. Sometimes when our Supreme Damazin is saying certain things, some people will misunderstand him and think he's denigrating them or he's putting them down. No. When Mazin Nanegado said that we are all Igbos, he knows what he's talking about. When Mazin Nanegado used that statement, I said that we are all Igbos in Biafra land, in all Southeastern region. Whether you are Ijo, whether you are Efik, whether you are Anang, whether you are whatever, we are all Igbos. That word is strong. It doesn't mean that you don't have a language, you have a language, but there is something that connects every one of us. And the only tribe that have a link and connection to everyone of everybody that's all Southeastern region is the Igbo people. You can search it on by yourself. Go to Google and check who are the closest relationship to the Igbos. Go and check who are the closest relationship to the Ijo, the closest relationship to Efik, the closest relationship to Anang. Go and check. You will see that the people that are related, people who are closely related to these tribes are the Igbos. That is the central. So every other person in the old Southeastern region is connected to that very tribe, Igbo. If that is not okay for you, when you look at the Ijo man, look at an Ijo man to his face. Look at an Ijo man, look for any Ijo man around you. Look at him face to face. You will see the replica of yourself. You will see a picture of yourself as an Igbo man. And if a man, look at Ijo, look at the Igbo, you will see a replica of yourself.
These people know us better than we know ourselves. And that was why they saw the unity we had before the Civil War. They saw that we are indestructible and we are strong. And they came and they planted that evil seed. They planted that evil seed among us. When they planted that evil seed, everything became different. In that evil seed that they have planted, that is why today you can see people talking on different tone, using different languages to talk, talking on different manners, talking on different. You see somebody from a job attacking an Igbo person. You see somebody like an Igbo seeing his own brother, his closest brother, which is supposed to be Igbo, has now become his closest enemy. Then he will go to the north and begin to make friendship in the north. He will begin to see his own brother as a threat, and he will go all the way to the north and make friendship with somebody in Sokoto. Meanwhile, in your house there, you have your brother that you and him can put your hand together and defend your territory. Instead of you now defending your territory, you will now go and give an enemy a base. Give an enemy the base. Some of you don't know the implication of what you are doing. Look at the war you are seeing in Ukraine today. Why do you think that Russia is fighting in Ukraine? Why do you think that Russia is bent on holding on Ukraine? Because Ukraine want to bring an enemy to their territory. Ukraine want to give a base to the enemy, and you want Russia to fold their hand and watch it. They knew the danger of having an enemy in their backyard. But people, black people, you don't know the danger of having enemy in your backyard. You by yourself, you leave your own brother that you have the same culture with, you have the same value with, and you are bringing somebody all the way from Sokoto to occupy a space. Then you are now seeing they made you to believe that your own brother is enemy, and they will tell you, they will make you relevant. Now they will give you they will give you a post as Senate president. They will take your oil, they will go to Niger and refine. They will take all the posts. Then they will tell you that this your brother will not get any post. He's short. He's not part of it. You will take his own position, and you're happy.
My brother, you see, there's one thing that marvels me. I have a lot of videos of that war, genocide. I will not call it war, it's a genocide. I have a lot of video of that genocide in my system. Each time I stay like this, I am alone, I will reflect my mind, watch that video. I ask myself, these people that are continue to betray or sabotage what we are doing, have they really watched this video and see what maybe one of their relatives or even their closer friends or brother passed through during that genocide? My brother, if you watch that genocide film, it's very horrible. And if they have watched, if they have already have access to watch that video and still get mind to sabotage and bring enemy to kill us again, that means these people are real devil in our midst. Because I don't see the reason why someone that will see such a thing, you will see a small pekin, slim, head will big, your hand there like stick, and you watch that thing finish, and you will see us suffering the same thing again. He get mad and invite enemy in name of political wars. What kind of nonsense people are these? And they were still shouting, and people are shouting. Up till now, they are still killing us. And they get mad, they're happy. We will come kill them. Anybody that want to divide us will crush it, this and that. Where are they today? Senate president, they don't get. President, they don't get. Nothing, they just relegate them. In fact, if I call them to third-class citizen, it's like I pity them. They are useless. Look at what they did to Soludo. Look at what they did to him in public. That thing is a lesson for him. You should, I would have expected him to start crying, to remember and they kind of start crying. Go to DSS and apologize to him. Because he follows. He follows for the people that castigate our leader. He was among them, because if he didn't say anything, he was in the meeting, he was part of it, his signature must be there. They disgraced him before the congregation. Look at Richard Sokorocha. Look at how they treated them. These people, did they really have sense? Did they suck their mother's breast? Because I believe that those days when we get bad, we will give your child a breast for almost a year or 2 years. You will see that child is healthy and have sense as an Igbo. That's why they are afraid of us. They always say, don't bring this Igbo man sense. Chukwuka Abiyama to us. You will see someone that answering Chukwuka Abiyama name, a child of Chukwuka Abiyama, go and begging to infidel, someone that don't know Chukwuka Abiyama, begging him in name of what? You're supposed to be the head, not the tail. My body. The reason why a normal, sensible somebody that will watch that video finish and still went back and liaised with the enemy to come and kill his people again. I don't see. It's very disheartening. My brother, if you watch that video, if you see anything called Nigeria, my brother, will squeeze that into death. Each time I remember that in my brother, I'm always I feel pain in my heart because I am not supposed to be here with any idiot to call Nigeria. I'm supposed to be on my own, reflect and do what Chukwuka Abiyama has given to me. Because every child, every person that Chukwuka Abiyama created on this planet has a reason, has something that you will do before you left this planet. All of us has purpose. But I see that the wickedness and the hatred among us, among our brothers against the genuine ones are too much. It's very painful. It's very painful. We are remembering them and they still continue killing. But I see it's not enough. But this time around, just as our PM has said, this year, we're not going to pass this year. Our freedom is this year. Whether by peace or by force or by any means, we are not going to pass this year, honestly. Rather, everybody will turn to peace. Rather, everybody will turn to peace. Me, I'm in support to him. He said that if it's possible to go and meet devil for us to get freedom, we will do it. And I already have said this some time ago. Say that if you're a native doctor, if anyone you have, bring it. As far as for this freedom, let us fight it and get it. So this time around, if you know what you have, bring it out. Don't hide yourself. I don't know. I see some of them, they say, is it true? Look, we have seen that we are consistently, we are not backing down. We'll continue moving forward. That we are hearing that Nigeria is shaking today is because of genuine IPOB, not those ones that have set out. It's because of genuine one and by the grace of Chukwuka Abiyama, moving it forward, non-stop. And our leader is having hope, having confidence that he left people behind. And as he's coming out, we will see that we have done a marvelous work that will make that will in fact, my brother, it's very, very painful, honestly. It's very, very painful. And I'm happy as they disgrace Onudo in public like that. Let him go and think of himself. Am I really Igbo man or not? Simple. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. They are going to get more disgrace than the one they have seen. They are going to get more disgrace. We have been warning them for a very long time. We have been warning them. They won't listen. Finally, Biafran people have cast a vote of no confidence on every one of them. The vote was cast.